So welcome back to the channel once again, and now we're going to be fitting the lock to this door. You may have seen in the previous video we've just done the hinges, so this is like part 2 of the door fit, so they're like 2 separate videos if you want to go back for reference. Now this is going on a door at a house, or a side door, so I took some measurements on where the handle and everything was going, and it was about 46 centimetres from the bottom, so that's where the handle is. I've already marked here where the 46 inches should have said. So what I need to do is line up the latch with the handle there, so it's round about there. I'm not to an inch on this one, and we need to just drop a few marks there and there. Now you might be wondering why the face plate's out there. This is because we're going to use that as the template for the top, but first we need to find the middle. Now I have an interesting little gadget here for basically finding the centre. It basically just sits on, you twist it and you mark like that. So we now have a little line in the door where the mark is. You can always reinforce that with your pencil like that. All I'm doing there is using my finger against the door as a guide and scribing it down like that to the lines. Now this is what the plate is for now. Let's try and move the pencil a minute. Right. So I use these belling pencils, you've probably seen them. Now to line this up, all I'm using is the screw holes to find the centre. Once you've got that centralised, just a case of marking around it like that. Making sure you keep pressure on it because you don't want it to got your marks on. So nice safe. You can use this, which is a speed square. Make sure that the lines are level and straight. If you want to find the centre, you have a pivot point there. Then all you do is bring it down to the nearest inch, which this is 3, so you line up the 3-inch mark on the side, and then you want an 1.5 inch measurement there, and that will find you the centre of the door if you need to do it that way. So that's spot on. So the next thing we need to do is put the router guide on again. Now this should just, ooh, wow. So we need to adjust this. Excuse me, I've got a cold. Centralise it a little bit if you can. Make sure all the guides are loose. Tighten it up. Once you've done that, you can use your router to line it up with. So if you want to check the depth, I have just lost a plate. Goes on the front. Right. You can just drop your lock in upside down. Make sure it's at the right depth. I think it might want a little bit more out of that. It is literally just a router depth. Doesn't matter too much if it's too low, because you might need to play it right there. Once you've got it all routed out, you can clean the edges off with your chisel. I've just done that. I just took the camera off there, and you can place your plate in there, and again, that's so that there is now flush with the door. So you can always take a bit more off if you need. So now we've got that in, we need to get the holes in. So it's quite simple this. Just mark the door there. So this is the area we need to drill into. Get yourself some spade bits, and you need to cut this. It's a security tab. Purchased these from Screw Fix. It says use scissors, but we're using a knife. Find yourself a suitable spade bit or speed bit, whatever you want to call it. Simply get one out, offer it up, put it up to the lock. That's an 18mm, that should do the trick. Now most of these will fit in your impact driver like that, so you can use your impact driver if you've got one. And again, what you need to do is find the centre before you start. So we use this method. Again, find your pencil and find a halfway point. Also need to find the depth of the lock. So what you want is the bottom of the drill, not the point. And there. What you can do is wrap yourself a bit of tape around that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to draw myself a pencil wide. We've got a vacuum cleaner and suck the bits out. squaring it off with your chisel. That's a lot better fit. To do that on a lock, usually you just undo the screw. Flip it round, put the screw back in. So the next stage is we need to drill a hole for the spindle to go through and the lock, obviously. So again, what we need to do is offer it up. Lining it up with just simply if you ever get a propelling pencil like this, usually this bit comes off like that, so you have to poke it into little holes. And you can pop it back on, just gives you a better grip. So you can, sometimes it's just easier just to send it out a bit, running out of leg on this one. You get the gist. Trying to do so we know where we're drilling now. Again, you can use one of these, maybe use a small one, I don't know, for that, for the key. There, we'll swap it out for a small one. Twice, drill once. Right, what you need to do is get your drill level and start drilling through. What you don't want to do is go all the way through. Start seeing the point of the drill come out, so you drill around and start drilling the other way. Like that. You use the same one for because it avoids any nasty splinters in the door, because you don't want that. What you do is you can offer your lock back in then. You'll probably find that you're about 3mm out. Actually not too bad then. Enough room for manoeuvrability. So what I have is a rasp, and start filing. So once you've got your lock set up and in, we can then obviously pilot some holes in and get the handles on. So this is the spindle, goes through there. And get the handles. So there's a bit interesting trick that I do for doing this now. That's to take 4 standard screws. These are not the ones that you're going to secure it with, but you're going to use them temporarily, and I'll show you why in a minute. So what you need to do is line up the lock, put the speed square on, and kind of holds it in place, drop the screw in, almost got it level, screw it in. Do again, slight adjustment if you need to. Now you might be thinking these aren't the screws that came with it. No, that's correct, but this is a little trick you do. Right, you'll notice they use a power drill to do that. These are the actual screws that are going in. You need to find yourself a suitable screwdriver. Do not use a power drill drive to do these, they will snap. you need to protect the screw head, so you need to find a suitable screwdriver. And you remove these that you put in one by one, keep them. Put the ones that came with it in. Do not, like I say, do not use a power screwdriver, do not try to put them in any other way than a hand screwdriver. It's laborious, it's boring, I know, but you don't want to damage it, and you don't want the screws to snap. That is why you put the screws in first, the posi ones. What that does is it creates a hole in the thread to give them a nice grip. If you was to pilot hole them, you might go in too far. And then what you do is you repeat the process on the other side. So guys, there we go. That is how you would fit a mortise lock on a door. Nice fit there, nice snug fit, and we'll get this to the customer and get it fitted. Might be a bit of planing to do, but I've done all the preparation at home to cut the time down on the customer's property. Plus it keeps raining in this country, this is the UK, and I have had to set up a gazebo, which there isn't room at the property to do. But that's a couple of hours work saved, and we'll get it hung and put on the door. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate everybody who's doing that. I'll put links in the description of what we've used and where we've got it from. Tools. Using the Einhell cordless vacuum, which we did a review on earlier a few months ago, so we're still using that. It's doing a very good job. Quite a handy little gadget to have. So that being said, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you got something out of it, and catch you in another video soon. Thanks for watching.